Damn street niggas, we ain't really comfortable with all the attention. So what you trying to say?
Do what you do, baby.
Yeah, I want congrats. I seen to come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real
Yeah, I'm saying, like I said, I used to be top. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole joke, and I'm looking at the screen like preach, cause I was on the phone with him. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying?
It's P.NUTDAGENERAL to Nola Podcast. You keep your body clean, huh? Yeah. Good evening.
What's up? Yeah, what's up?
I'm cooling. You finally here, right?
Finally made it in.
Yeah,
Finally made it in.
You having a very to Nola day, I hope.
Yeah.
Yes,
I've been wanting to ask you something before you even ask me anything.
Oh, Lord.
Can I ask you a question?
What's that?
I ain't from the NOLA, so I want to know what it means when you say you keep your body clean, huh?
All right, well, I'm gonna explain. I got it from Julie. You heard me in the song, huh? But I use it as cause I drink a lot of water, I eat right, you know what I'm saying? I keep my body clean. Except for the cigarettes, you understand me? But for everything, you know what I'm saying? I don't drink, I don't do nothing like that. So I kinda incorporated it into my own little meaning, but shout out Julie, you heard me, because that's where I got it from, you heard me? But that's what I
like that. I like that. That's right.
Thank you. So you want to get straight into it, you heard me, or you want to shout your people out first?
Oh no, just shout out to my baby boy, Big Play. You know, he kind of the reason why I'm doing all of this anyway. So shout him out. Definitely all my people in the zone, all my people in Michigan, from the D to the zoo, to the Haven, to the harbor, all over.
Everybody, you heard me?
Everybody.
All right, so check it out. You do music and a podcast, right?
I do.
Which one came first?
Well, I did music, like I did music long time ago. Like me and my some of my homeboys from the zone. One of my homeboys, he always wanted to be in music, and so my big brother was a rapper, like way back when it wasn't like it is now, where everybody was rapping. Like he rapped, and I used to secretly rap. And
what you mean secretly rap?
I mean, didn't nobody really know I could rap.
You were shy?
I don't know if I was shy or if I was just so young, because he was only like, I mean, shoot, he started going to jail and juvie real early, but so he probably was like 13 or 12. So that means I'm looking at like 8 or 9 years old. So it wasn't like, I was just secretly writing raps just from watching him. Shout out my bro Piz.
Shout out bro. So how does an 18-year-old, except for bro, you know what I'm saying? What exactly as an 8-year-old drew you to the music, you heard me?
So, I'm an 80s baby, right?
I am too.
So you know what that means. By the time the 90s hit, we full-blown crack epidemic. You know what I mean? And so my parents were directly affected by that. You know what I mean? And so it was just a lot going on at the house. You know what I mean? I was raised a little differently than Play, just because, like I say, I came up during the crack epidemic. And so just looking around at a lot of the stuff that was going on, my brother was in and out of jail at a young age. Like I said, I think he first went away like when he was 12. So I seen that, you know what I mean? It was violence, drugs in the house. It was just a lot for a young person to try to process. And so that's really what I started writing about, that type of stuff, just kind of venting.
That's what's up. So who you was listening to before you kind of started writing and venting, to use that as your little tool for, you know what I'm saying, to get your, your word out, Jeremy?
Right. So I was definitely into, like I said, my bro, but like Salt and Pepper, LL Cool J, I seen, when I seen Run DMC come on MTV, and, all of that. MC Light was I was real big on MC Light, Yo-Yo, like all of them people real early on.
Yeah. So at what point did you realize that you wanted to do the music?
You know what? It wasn't until really like kind of in high school. So right, my homeboy Kato, he was like, rest in peace, Kato. He was like, he always, for whatever reason, wanted to be in the music business. He wanted to be a music exec. And so he found out that I could rap, and he was always saying, "We gonna make a CD. We gonna make a CD." We like,
how you let the cat out the bag? You heard me? How everybody found out you knew how to rap? You heard me?
My brother found out. My big
Was you
bro.
embarrassed?
Not really, but I just was like, I had such I don't know, because I was a really good student, right? And so I had those type of dreams too, because to me, that was my way out of all the mess that we was in. I was like, oh, I want to be a lawyer when I grow up. So I was like a really good student. I played sports and stuff. And so it just really wasn't something that, I was thinking about. I was thinking like, this is what I want to do. But then I started getting older and even though I was still a good student, I started dabbling, smoking weed and hanging out and drinking and stuff. And then we get buzzed up, be in the car and just break out freestyling,
Thanks.
And so then when he found out, he started finding little studios and trying to get me, my boy Cease. It was three other guys. It was me, it was Kato, my boy Cease, my boy Frank, and my boy Pook. Matter of fact, all three of them is dead except for my boy Cease. He's still alive, but we started going to the studio.
Right. Okay, so at what point did you realize that you was good at what you was doing? Did you know when you was secretly rapping, you heard me? Or did your brother tell you? Or did you, what I'm saying, you just knew you was a star from the beginning, you heard me?
I didn't really know for certain until I went to the studio. Like when I went to the studio and I put them headphones on and they let that beat run and I spit, I was like, oh yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? And everybody knew, like, yeah, that's
so take us to that point. The first time that they took you in the studio, was you nervous? And what song did y'all put down? You heard me?
Oh. Now, see, that was a long time ago.
You understand?
I don't even know. I wasn't nervous at all, but I don't really remember what it was. I done recorded so much music, I don't remember what it was.
All right. That was them. So you don't know, you can't remember the first song that you officially wrote to start your career?
I would say what started my career, I remember, so our group that Kay started was called Illegal Mafia. And our first song that I remember recording, it was called My Misery. And that's the first song that I really remember just dropping and it having a chorus and it having, you know what I mean, all these different parts to it. It was My Misery.
All right. So how did that come, and what became after that? Like, did y'all start full-fledged getting y'all feet into the game, or it was still a hobby? You heard me?
Yeah, by that time we was full-fledged, because see, when we were going to high school, we kind of just stopped because, like I said, we was still real young. Kay got deep off into the streets. Then I went away to college. I played ball at college, and it really wasn't until I came back. I left college my second year, and I came home. I was actually pregnant with Play. And
shout out to Play, shout out my dog.
Yeah, I was pregnant with Play, and so I came home, and now I'm just back home, just had a baby, working and not really feeling that. And Kato like, man, we need to do this, and he got us on this show. Matter of fact, it was Juvenile, Trina, and then Cuckoo Cal was supposed to be there. I don't know if you remember Cuckoo Cal, but
I remember that name. I don't remember him though. You hear me?
yeah, and he ended up not coming, but Trina and Juvenile came, and he got us on the ticket to be an opening act. And so once we started recording for that, we was gone. We was
Y'all
gone.
took off. Y'all took off.
We was in it. We was chasing it then. We was hungry.
You heard me. So all right, let's take it back a little bit. You heard me. Where exactly did you say you was from?
I'm from Michigan. It's called South Haven. It's on the west side of Michigan, directly across from Detroit. Detroit over here, all the way west from Detroit.
All right, that's what sounds. So let us know in New Orleans how it is in South Haven, coming up in South Haven. You know what I'm saying? Some of the trials and tribulations you went through. Is it country? Is it quiet? Is it violent? Y'all thugging? Y'all chilling? How y'all rocking out there in South Haven?
So, like I said, I grew up. South Haven was different when I grew up than like it was when Play grew up. So, like when I grew up, again, it was at the bulk, you know, when the crack epidemic was booming, and so it was a lot more going on at that time. You know what I mean? It wasn't like banging in Little Rock by any means, but it was a lot for a small area. It's really small.
Yeah. The smaller the area, the more the drugs, huh?
Right. And so drugs was big. I can remember being young and like it's this park in the zone where when I was little, we couldn't go to the park. You know, it got better like as time went along, but we couldn't go because there wasn't nothing going on at the park. They was gambling, they was fighting. You might see somebody walking through the park drunk, naked, and then and they was raiding. You know how they raid houses?
Uh-huh.
They was raiding street corners and raiding the park. So I can remember my little cousin one day, he just in the park flipping. You know what I mean? He's legit. And rider trucks pull up and SWAT jumping out of the rider trucks. And he on the news, and he couldn't have been nothing but about 11. He on the news with a long rifle in his face because they raiding the park. So that's how it was when I was growing up. But it did get a lot better, you know, and right now it's all the way chilled out. I mean, because it's a tourist town as well, you know what I mean? Because it's on the lake.
Like
so,
a retirement area, you heard me?
Yeah. So, you know, it's real chill right now. Like,
so at what point did you realize, all right, I could get paid for doing this music and we about to get paid for doing this music?
It was really, and here's the thing too. The other thing that I want to say about South Haven, it's one of the worst places to be poor, because unlike like some other hoods where you grow up and everybody around you poor, wasn't like that in South Haven. Like you go to school and there's people who's very wealthy. Like it's people own businesses, and like I say, the rich people from Chicago come down, and so like wealth is just in your face all the time. And there was different degrees of poor. Like we weren't never hungry or out on the street or nothing, but you know the struggle was real, and you constantly looking at that. So that's what, when I came back, I was thinking, I don't want my son to be having to look at people, you know, with money and we ain't got none. So this music is gonna be how I'm gonna get it done. And when we went and we did that Trina and Juvenile show, and the TK Kirkland, I don't know, he a comic. He be on Comic View and all like that.
He been rocking with Cash Money.
Yeah, he was the like the moderator of the show. And after we performed, he came out. I'll never forget one of the songs we did. The chorus was, "Y'all know how I get in the club. Y'all know how I get in the club."
Ooh, TK
came out and was singing our song and pumping the crowd up, and we was like, "Man, we can get paid off of this."
You understand me? Okay, so what is it about that performance? You heard me? The energy from the crowd, the feedback. how did you feel seeing people react to something that you did?
You know, with that performance, we was hyped, and like I said, we knew we were good, but we had a lot of support there at that performance. And so, you know, you could kind of feel like, okay, we in Kalamazoo, we close to home, because people was rocking with us. Like Relentless Way was a whole movement in the area.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and so, you know, people would follow us when we did shows. We might do a club show at a small club, and we might bring 30 people with us. You know?
Right.
So
They let y'all in with all them people?
Huh?
They let y'all in the club with all them people?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Man, they'd have turned us around. It wouldn't have been no show. You heard me? So check this out, you know what I'm saying? How did that feel at such a young age, being around such big stars like Trina and Juvie? Because me, I'd have been lying, talking about that was my show and they performed at my shit. You heard me? So did that like have you big-headed, like, you know what I'm saying, or was just normal to you, like, you know what I'm saying, you was bred for it?
Well, I mean, I definitely wasn't starstruck, but I was excited to see him. You know, I got a picture with Trina. We got pictures with when my homeboy got a picture with Juvenile, and so we was definitely excited about that. But it did kind of make us. I'm gonna speak for me because I was a handful back then, so it did kind of make me a little more arrogant.
Yeah,
you know?
y'all bitches ain't y'all bitches can't touch me.
Yeah, and see, I wasn't PLAYMA back then. PLAYMA is just something that I go by now because it's all about play. And so me and him did a song, and I didn't want my name on there, so I went under PLAYMA. Back then, I was Lady Mac, aka Lady Corleone, the first lady of the
Yeah. It was like 6 names, but it was some gangster shit. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So, when did you realize that? No, hold up. I just asked you that. You heard me. You already answered this question, but I gotta ask it. You heard me. Out of all the things you could have did, right? You said you went to college. What you was going to college for?
My major was actually criminal justice.
Criminal justice. So hold up. You was gonna be one of them or one of us?
You said what?
You was gonna be one of them or one of us?
You know, I told you I wanted to be a lawyer. So okay, that's what I went into.
A defense attorney, right?
Well, I hadn't really figured all that part out yet.
Right. So for all the things you could have did, right? Why you chose music?
You know, I really just think it's just a part of me because it was so natural. Like even now, you know, I obviously changed my life around. You know,
we're gonna get to that.
But it's just so much a part of me. Like I love music, and it's so natural to me. It's like my language. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like
I know it's a part of me because it transferred to my son so easily.
Yeah, for sure. So from that first song that you remember, right? Before you know what I'm saying, retire and you put Lady Corleone on arrest, you understand me? How many songs do you think you had written in your catalog?
Gosh.
Yeah, I'm coming at your neck.
Oh, shoot. Written, I know, probably written hundreds. But like, cause we recorded, like we got so much unreleased music because once we recorded, a lot of stuff happened after that, and it kind of just all kind of crumbled.
So it's Lady Corleone coming back. You heard me? She had clicked off, y'all. You understand me? I hope everybody having a very true Nola evening. You feel me? I hope they haven't let her click back on because it was a fire interview. But at the same time, you heard me? Like I said, this is PLAYMA. Well, Lady Corleone, you understand me? AKA, hold on, y'all. There she go.
You got me?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
It's all gravy, baby. So look, you know I'm not calling you PLAYMA no more, right?
Oh,
you know
no.
it's all
I
lady
shouldn't
calling
even
y'all from
said
now.
it.
It's all lady calling y'all from now on. So, lady calling y'all, you heard me? Out of from the first one you remember till when you put the pen to rest, you heard me? How many songs you think was in your catalog?
I told you hundreds.
You got a favorite?
um
And can you play it?
You know what?
I want to hear some of that lady calling on, you hear me?
You ain't gonna be able to hear it if I play it anyway.
It's on your phone?
No, it's on my iPad, but I had to disconnect. If I could have left my thing hooked up, I could have played it for you, but I couldn't hear you with that hooked up. But
it's all
I
great.
think my favorite song was my self-entitled song, Lady Mac. It was kind of just, it was that. It was so me. It described how I was in the street. It described how I felt about any type of beef or opposition. It was just so me. And so that was my favorite song.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So do you think, you know what I'm saying, so you was always in the group, you was never solo?
Nope.
All right, so that all right. I was about to ask you, do you feel about being a female that you wasn't taken serious in the beginning, or it was harder for you? But shit, you had your homies with you; they wasn't having that. You heard me?
Yeah,
so,
but here's the thing, though. It wasn't hard for me anyway, though, because I carried my own. So it wasn't like I didn't need the fellas to carry me. It was like a lot of people, and I didn't necessarily agree with this because I thought everybody on the label was hot, but a lot of people thought that I was one of the best ones on the label. So it wasn't like,
don't come on here being humble. You heard
no,
me?
I'm just saying.
If you was killing shit, you was killing shit. You understand? Yeah.
So yeah, no, I had no. Now my guys had my back for sure. If anything, because I remember being at shows and stuff get wild, and it was always good to have the fellas and the 30 Negroes with us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good. So all right. So at what point did you kind of start winding down? You feel me?
I didn't wind down. I just abruptly stopped. So when I came back, we released the Relentless Way compilation, which is now on all platforms, by the way. If you look up Play My Relentless Way compilation, y'all listen to that.
Oh, I'm going to listen. I got to hear some of it. I got to hear some of that.
Yeah, so we had released that, and we were doing shows and selling the CD and whatnot in 2005. And then when we was working on the next project, my homeboy P got killed. And when P got killed, that kind of that was really it for not just me. It kind of just put a damper on everything because P was Kato's brother for one, and it tore me up. Me and P was real close. Like if you seen P, you seen me, and I used to be everywhere with him. And it's just by the grace of God I wasn't with him that day, but that made me change my life completely. Like I not only stopped rapping, I got out the streets completely, got into church, and just started living a completely different lifestyle. And Kato was still alive at the time. He was like, man, I don't even got the love for it no more. P gone, you ain't doing it. And so it kind of it all disbanded just abruptly, like boom.
You regret it?
I don't know. I came to the realization that no matter how good I was, and I was good, we were good. The camp was phenomenal. Like we went to places and airing our reps. We play our stuff and freak out. We was down south, we was out east, we was everywhere. And we always you know, we was top notch. But I realized that God just had something different for me, and I was never gonna make it as a rapper like I was trying to be, because that wasn't what God had for me. That wasn't the path that was for me to take. And so I really don't regret it. But I cherish that time now. That time is very dear to me.
What was your most memorable performance?
Oh man, we was just talking about this on the podcast. I just had my homeboys and my brother and them on my podcast going over the compilation, and we were talking about we was in Gun Rule. Gun Rule is Grand Rapids, Michigan, right? Mm-hmm. So we was doing a show there. Like I say, we would roll up. Kato had a truck with the Relentless Way emblem.
That's the same Kato that DMX was talking about, huh?
No.
Okay.
No, but he had a truck with our record label symbol in the window, and then P-Man had a truck on 24. So we rolled up like.
What did that do to your ego, Miss? You heard me?
I mean, we just knew, like, we the camp. Like, we the camp. We here.
Yeah.
We here. So
hopping out that fucking van.
Yeah, but you know what? By that time, we had learned a lot. We had come a long way, and we were confident, more confident, and less arrogant by then. So, you know, we got to the club.
Hold up. What's the difference?
Well, confident, we was just sure that what we did was good, and we knew that wherever we went, we could hold our own. Whereas before, when we was arrogant, we were kind of just gloating, and, you know, we weren't likable. You see what I mean?
Right.
That's the difference between, you know, a Cardi B and a Jocelyn Hernandez. You know what I mean?
Hold up. Wait. Which one not likable?
Jocelyn is not likable.
Because of the attitude?
Right.
I feel like.
But you know what I mean? You got to be confident. You can be cocky in your music, but you can't walk around like that. People won't like you. And if people don't like you, they're not going to support you.
You got to be marketable.
Right.
I'm learning that. You hear me?
Yeah. So anyway, we go to this show and we work in the crowd. You know, I'm talking to the people because we gonna perform last, and like they liking us. We, you know, the fellas is in there. We having a good time. We in there partying. And then it come our time to come up to perform. And the song we did was the kind of like, it kicked the dough in on the compilation. It was called The Truth Is. So the chorus is like, the truth is, it's too late for a truce. The truth is, you niggas ain't bulletproof. The truth is, I am the truth.
Wait, hold up.
You can't handle the truth.
How many fights y'all started with that song? You hear me?
How many
fights y'all started?
No, but we started off, and it's good. So I start off first. Most of the songs I was on, I started off first. So we get
with that song, right? How many fights did y'all start in the club or at y'all performance? Because when you said that shit, I wanted to punch somebody in the fucking mouth. You hear me? How many fights y'all started?
But see, the thing is usually we would be so deep that
no, I'm talking about in the crowd. In the crowd.
But that's what I mean. In the crowd, we would be so deep, and you would know it was us because the same record label symbol that was on his truck, everybody had the shirts on.
You did.
So when we get going, it's riled up, but they like, oh no, all them together? So it really wasn't never a whole lot of ruckus, but it come to this one part in my homeboy verse. He the second verse. Mm-hmm. And he talk about, it's a part, he say, feed up, eat up a whole freezer full of food. And they used to call us zone boys and zone girls. And he said, call up all my zone boys. And all them 30 people was like, yo, come and do it too. And all of a sudden, somebody threw a drink from the crowd.
No. Why they did that?
I guess they had enough. They do. And it was so wild because we had some real life goons with us, right? So it was a couple of them that stand in front of the stage and one of the guys was standing right in front of me, and I thought that he had just threw beer at me. I didn't know that they had splashed everybody. So I grabbed my homeboy and I pushed him towards. I'm like, that nigga threw beer on me. Then the other boy and the other homie shoot out from the back. We had this big dude. He was big, about 6'4", 6'5", big old dude, and he grabbed him and pulled him back. And he told everybody to stay still. You know, they got pistols and whatnot. And so the whole club stopped. And so I'm standing there in the middle, and everybody kind of just standing there on guard because we out of town. This they building, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we had to just kind of check our surroundings and get out of there safely.
Yeah. That's always the main objective, to make it home. Yeah. With everybody. All right, so check this out, you heard me. Do you think in the game that men and women are treated equally?
No.
Why you say that?
I mean, I just don't think this is what lets you know.
What's that?
Every time it's the greatest rappers list.
Here we go.
There's never a female on it.
Nicki in the top 10?
I'm talking about the list that you see on social media a lot of the times. I just reposted one.
The latest one, Nicki, I think, is number 10.
Whose is it though?
Billboard.
Oh, I ain't talking about Billboard. I don't listen to Billboard. Billboard had Meg Thee Stallion and Bad Baby on the same list.
Man, I'm tired of this new rap shit. I ain't lying. But these lists, right? They are all opinion. What makes the artist so mad? Like, I'm a fan, right? So I guess that's my right to get mad. But if it's just opinion, why do the artists get so mad?
Because first of all, being a rapper is the majority of it is bravado and ego.
Mm-hmm.
That's what rap is. Bravado and ego. So
what bravado mean? You heard me for all the public school goers.
No, just like the brashness, the in your face, I'm that guy, I'm that, you know.
Yeah. The arrogance.
Yeah, and so when you make a list and you put somebody ahead of me that I think I'm better than, then that's the ego, and that's your chance to be like, man, I whoop wop the wham, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. But they had MC Light on there, Queen Latifah. They had a lot of females on there, but it was a lot of them got left. The Brat wasn't on there. Big L wasn't on there. Master P wasn't on there. Juvenile wasn't on there. Who else? I think it's a shame that Gucci Mane was ahead of Jadakiss.
I don't even think Gucci Mane should be on the list.
Say that again. I hate Gucci. I cannot. As a person and a black man, shout out to him. But his bars and his lyrics, they just ain't gonna get it.
No.
They just ain't gonna get it. I think it's a shame that Jadakiss was way in the 40s.
No, see, that's what I mean. Like, I ain't even talking about like Billboard and they list, because I know their criteria is something different anyway. But like, when I see like real people in the rap game and the music industry and just like, you know, the average people in the barbershop, and I see them trying to act like Rakim shouldn't be on the list. My brother talking about take M off the list. I'm like, I don't care if it's he a white boy. The boy got bars. You can't take M off the list.
I don't, and I think that Jay-Z shouldn't be first. Jay-Z is not better lyrically than Nas.
No.
And I don't think, and I ain't being biased. Maybe I am being a little biased, but I don't think Kendrick Lamar more lyrical than Lil Wayne either. I think Weezy should have been either second or third.
Let me tell you something. Weezy. Now I grew up in the Hot Boy era.
You understand?
Bling bling. Every
You
time I
understand?
come around your city, bling
Bling,
bling.
bling. You understand me? Yeah.
So,
Free the BG. Gotta wait.
oh
Free the
man,
BG.
this used to be that we used to bang that. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Fucking right. Fucking right. So,
But
is
wait
it?
a minute though. Let me say this about Wayne.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
To see Wayne from the Hot Boys to this Wayne, man, that is a phenomenal jump.
You think so?
Heck yeah.
Elaborate for me. You talk about the talent or the look?
The talent. We
Wayne
ain't
too
even
rough.
thinking about the look.
Yeah.
I'm talking
But,
about his flow. He could always rap.
mm-hmm.
But the jump that he took, if anybody tell you that when he was in the Hot Boys, they thought he was gonna be the best one, they didn't think he was gonna be the best one. People thought it was gonna.
See, y'all got on Wayne late. See, we was on Weezy Wee. We know Lil Weezy Wee back when he couldn't curse. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So by him being on there with all them gangsters, you know, they curse. All of them was young, but he the only one. He couldn't curse till he was 18. So that always set him apart from I think every other rapper, even like Pac, Biggie, all of them, because he was coming like that without the curse words. So I always knew that he was gonna be something great. What I didn't know is them niggas was gonna break up.
Yeah, that was hard to imagine. That was real hard to imagine. But I don't know. I don't know now. I liked Wayne, but I didn't see this Wayne coming. Like his bars now, like as a lyricist, when I listen to music, I'm listening to all the little intricate stuff in the bar. I'm like listening to some of the stuff he's saying.
You listening as an artist, not a fan.
Right.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I think people be missing some of the stuff that dude be saying.
A lot of people miss a lot of stuff that he's smart. Now he is smart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and that little bitch go look in the encyclopedia and trying to rhyme words and shit and have me like, what the fuck he just said? It was fire though, you heard me? But I don't be knowing what Wayne be saying half the time. You know what I'm saying? But you thought it was Juvie that was gonna be that.
Right. But I like Juvie though.
Yeah, me too, man. Who was your favorite hot boy, Juvie?
Well, I didn't really consider, and I know he was, but to me, I put Juvie over here by herself. My favorite hot boy.
You can't do that. Juvie, you can't do that. Juvie, you can't do that. Juvie hot boy.
I know he's a hot boy, but to me, back then, like you said, he seemed like he was on a different level from them at that time, at least.
My favorite hot boy.
I like BG.
Yeah, my favorite hot boy was BG. You heard me? But Juve was on some other shit because he could tell them stories kind of like big and you know, all the other great storytellers. Yeah. That's why I'm like, if they ain't put like, I ain't take it serious. If when I saw Master P wasn't on it and Juve wasn't on it.
You can't put P on that list, man. Come on, P.
Well, the criteria was impact in the game, record sales, and popularity. That's P.
But see, I don't use that. I can see.
But they got Gucci Man on there though.
Yeah, but I think putting P on there would be like putting Puff on there because he made a compilation with Biggie on it rapping and everybody bought it. It's wait,
hold up. I can't. No, you're not about
P
to
can't rap.
No. P put out Mr. Ice Cream Man, all that. P was a solo artist before True and you know.
I know that.
He paved the. I mean, if we going off of impact in the game, record sales and popularity, that was the criteria. Because I did an episode on it.
I don't like those criteria. To me, that's because people impact the game. Look, MC Hammer impacted the industry. He had everybody walking around in certain kind of pants. Well, is he on the list?
No, he ain't on the list.
He changed the whole wardrobe.
Gucci, Gucci man is on the list. He must have paid for it. I ain't buying that.
No, I don't think Gucci man should.
No, I'm
he
not
he
buying.
could be on the list just as long as he ain't up too high.
How? What did Gucci do? What song did Gucci put out that?
But see, I'm not a good person to ask that because I don't like right now. I don't listen to all the rap. You know, I quit listening to rap like that.
Wait. We were gonna get that. Well, let's get to it.
I'll wait.
Who are you listening to now? Or are you just listening to like Play and you know the team?
I listen to mainly gospel rap. I don't know if you ever heard of Lecrae. Lecrae needs to be on that list.
Yeah. I had a gospel rap on here not last night, the night before last.
Yeah, I don't listen to new rap unless it's something that my son brings to me. Like I'm familiar with like Lil Baby because my son knows that I'm not gonna listen to nobody that ain't talking about something. So he'll let me like hear Lil Baby. I think what's the name is a pretty good rapper, even though his album was not that great. His last one.
Who? Everybody?
No, what's that dude name? He from Charlotte.
Who?
He from Charlotte.
Da Baby,
yeah.
He got catchy singles, and I like his features.
His lyrical ability though is really high. That's high. His ability is really high though. Like his wordplay and the way he connect words together. I heard him do a freestyle and I was like, wow.
Yeah. I still listen to the Soulja Slim, the High Boys. You know what I'm saying? The old Wayne. I'm still stuck in the 90s.
Now you know who was the best down south rapper to me back then?
BG.
Nope. You gonna be like, what?
I don't want to hear your answer if you didn't say BG.
Not for real. Now I ain't counting. This is off of the No Limit, but I ain't counting Mystical.
Why not?
Cause he came to No Limit. He ain't really like. He ain't from the South, is he? He from up north.
No, Mystical from Uptown. Mystical from out the 12 Walk.
Is he?
Yeah, Mystical is born and raised Uptown.
Oh, okay. No, but I used to love Silk the Shocker. Oh, yeah.
See,
you know what?
Do you know they got him #1 on the worst rappers ever list?
That's real funny now because everybody rap like him.
Yeah, you can say that one more time.
They do. Everybody now rap like Silk the Shocker.
Yep.
But you know what my favorite verse of his? He got a lot of them. But the way he came through on Snoop Dogg, $20 to my name.
You heard me, man. See, Silk had some of the realest verses I ever like. Silk gonna get on there and talk that real shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they put him on all the meaningful songs. So I could do like New Orleans don't get no love, though. We don't, and I'm not surprised that we get overlooked. Like I said,
let me ask you this though.
What's that?
Let me ask you this: since you talking about New Orleans don't get no love, what's up with your boy Wayne? He don't seem like he give New Orleans no love.
I mean Wayne. I don't know. Wayne, I don't know. Wayne gonna be Wayne. I love Wayne. Wayne from here. He the greatest rapper in the world. But it seemed like he only say New Orleans when it benefit him.
That's right. And I don't like that type of stuff. And see, I can separate that from knowing that he's an exceptional rapper. But I really did lose a lot of respect for Wayne with his comments about Katrina. To me, he lost me with that.
He lost me with that, but he lost me how he did Thugger. He kind of turned me off with that too because Thugger, just was a Wayne head, If
Right.
you look at Thugger, he looked like Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for Wayne to treat that man like that was like obvious, like you hating on him, man. You know what I'm saying? So whatever happened after that, that was on them too. But Wayne started that old pussy ass shit, you heard me? But
what about Mia X?
she the
Mama!
Mia is Mia. See how they left her off that list too?
But see, that's you gotta blame. I don't know who to blame, but they didn't let her do music for too long. I don't think her catalog is big enough to be on the list.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, we always get the short end from the stick, from the NFL to the rap game to everything. But we.
So you think she got enough music of her own to be on that list? I don't.
Gucci Man on that list.
I love my Mia.
You see what I'm saying? So if y'all put like Gucci Man on the list, that's my argument for everything.
He wouldn't be on my list.
He wouldn't be like, why? Like, that's why I say he had to pay for that. He had to pay for that spot. Then they got him ahead of Jadakiss.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, but again, there's other factors into it, but like Jadakiss is one of the best rappers ever.
Top 5
like, for real.
And that was like the list. It's kind of disrespectful to our generation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like the one of y'all 90s or one of y'all 2000 baby got something explaining to do. Because I know that wasn't no hip hop historian that made that list. You know what I'm saying? And that's who should start. They should start letting the legends, like the people, like the top 10. You know what I'm saying? It should be like a fan vote, like some hip hop historians, some executives and all that shit. But it should never be left up to one person. You know what I'm saying?
So where did they have Pac at?
I think Pac was number 5 or 6.
Oh man, the list is already not legit.
It starts off with Jay-Z, so that
I don't think Jay-Z is more impactful than Pac.
I don't think he got more. He's more lyrical than Nas. I don't think Kendrick Lamar is more lyrical than that. Like, not. I don't know. Like,
so how you gonna be number 1 if somebody is more impactful than you? This guy is more lyrical than you. You got two categories where you ain't number 1. How can you be number 1?
I mean, somebody from New York made that list.
Tell me, was Rakim in the top 20?
Man, it's a big L not on there. Who else not on there? Mace not on there.
You know what? Hold up. You know what? Because I gotta be for real. I really didn't see Puff did Mace a disservice.
Right.
Because I really didn't know how cold Mace was until after Bad Boy.
Till he came a preacher.
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
And he wrote most of the shit. You know what I'm saying? So Mace wasn't on there. Rakim, Big L wasn't on there.
Was Rakim in the top 20?
I don't think so.
The list ain't legit.
He should have been in the top 10.
Top 10, I would say.
He was the only Wu-Tang member on there. No. Method Man and Redman are on there. I'm not.
Rakim wasn't in Wu-Tang?
He wasn't?
I'm talking about Rakim, thinking of a master plan.
The plan.
Ain't nothing but sweat inside my hand.
The bald head nigga.
Yeah.
All right, my bad. He came out with that other song too. He was spitting on that. How it go? It was on the that Juice soundtrack.
Yes.
Yeah, he was spitting on that thing too. So
yeah, Rakim had bars.
He should have been in the top 10. Jadakiss should have been in the top 5. I don't think that Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z. I really don't think Wayne better than Jada. I think Jadakiss is better. I think Jadakiss is better than Wayne.
Jadakiss is better than a lot of rappers as far as his technical aspect in the bars, but I mean, like, my thing is always this: you gotta have more than just bars. It has to translate to a good song, and if you can't translate it to a good song, then to me that drops you down the list. And that's probably the only reason why Jadakiss dropped, because he ain't got enough bangers.
Real. So all right, back to you. You can tell from the lifestyle, from the name, you dedicated your life to play. At what point did you do that, and what was your choice to do that?
Man, this is such a hard story to tell because I personally did not want him anywhere near music.
Mm-hmm.
Not for real, for real. Like, when he was little, we used to do little stuff at church, and you know, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, Phelan rap," but he didn't seem real interested in it. Phelan was an athlete. You know, his dad was an athlete. I was an athlete. The boy was phenomenal at everything he did.
My dog.
All-state high jumper, all-conference football, played quarterback, receiver, strong safety. I mean, he went to college for football, and during the pandemic, I remember because the boy was on the dean's list his first year in college. Like he very bright.
All right, okay, play.
Yeah, he very bright. But then, like, during the pandemic, I noticed, you know, little stuff changing about him, and I was always telling him, you got to be patient, because, you know, they wasn't at school, they wasn't practicing, and none of that. And so some told me, call this coach. So I called his coach and was like, you know, coach, I'm noticing some stuff going on with Phelan and this, that, and the other. And they called him Big Play. That's actually how he got that name, is from football. In high school. In high school, that's what the coaches named him, Big Play.
That's what's up. We got the exclusive right here.
Yep. That's how he got the name. And so I was asking him, and he was like, "Oh, he must haven't talked to you." And I was like, "What?" He said he came and talked to me around Christmas time, and he told me that he didn't love football anymore, that he wanted to do music. He said that everybody in his family is musically inclined, and that's what he wants to do. And that's how I found out. Now, mind you, I still didn't know if he was any good, because I didn't. And so I was furious with him. I was like, I don't think I talked to him for about a couple weeks. I couldn't even hardly look at him because.
Let me ask you this. Was it the fact that he did what he did, or was it the fact that he went to the coach so much earlier and you had to find out that way?
It was a combination of all of that.
Don't try and put it on.
No, it is. It's a combination of all of that, because we really close. Like, it's just been me and him his whole life. You know what I mean? I'm a single parent. Like you say, we've been up and we done been down. You know what I mean? We didn't have highs and we didn't have real lows, but we always rocked it out. We really close. We talked. And so I did feel like, you should have talked to me before you made such a big decision, you know.
He didn't want to see that look on your face.
He didn't. He didn't want to hear good sound advice either.
Nah, he didn't want to see that. He knew how it was going to make you feel.
Yeah, but so that's how I found out. So then I remember I called my homeboy, and I was like, man, I was on the verge of tears, and I was like, you know, he done quit football, and he left school, and he running around here.
Wait, that sounds like somebody I know, though. Didn't you quit ball and leave school?
Listen, this is the difference. Now you sound like him. He gonna try and play me like that, like mine. I said, boy, I didn't leave school to do music. When I started chasing music like that, I was already out of school. I didn't walk away from a scholarship and all that.
Oh, okay, yeah, scholarship.
Yes, he had a scholarship. So then I was telling my homeboy, I said, and he can't even rap. I said that. And then he dropped it's called Concrete Rose. It's the first thing he dropped. It's on Apple Music, Concrete Rose. And I heard that. I called my homeboy back. I sent it to him first. And then I called him and he was like, hey, your boy got skills. I said, man, I know. I didn't even know that he could rap.
What was the first, do y'all have music together?
We do.
The first song y'all did?
We only got one song together.
Wow.
Because like I say, I certainly don't do the kind of music that he do. And so I just always used to say, like, man, my son can rap. I just came around to the idea he got the bug. He loved it like I love it. And so I decided rather than putting a barrier between us, that I'm just going to try and help him do whatever I can help him do. And, it's because it's his life and it's his life to live. It ain't mine. And so I said, I would love to do a song with him. And we kept saying, we going to do it. We going to do it. But then in the meantime, people around us just dying, right? Like I said, almost everybody I used to do music with is dead.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, and then my little cousin got killed, and I was like, man, we always saying we gonna do something. I heard a beat one day. I was at work. I heard a beat, and I sent it to him, and I was like, play. You want to get on this track with me? He said, yeah, what you talking about? Yeah. I didn't even have nothing. I was like, I didn't respond to him. I said, I wrote a verse at work. I wrote it while I was at work. And sent it to him, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna get on. It's called Owe Me. And the chorus said, God didn't give up on me, so why would I give up on me? I gotta see it through, and not for you, I owe myself. And so that's the only song we got together.
How did that feel doing the song with him?
It was sweet, because I even had my little nephew, he's singing on the chorus.
Okay, it's a family affair.
Yeah, everybody in my family do some sort of music. My little sister rap, my two younger brothers rap. My other little nephew, he got a studio, he do beats like that little Joe. He cold with it. And then my other one, he sings. So yeah, we kind of musical.
That's what's up. From watching him grow from day one, what's the most difference that you see in him now, and when did you actually realize that, okay, my son is becoming a man? Don't go to telling no embarrassing stories about my dog.
No. I was just gonna say he always been really mature, like from jump. He always been real. I don't want to say wise. That may be too strong a word, but he just always had really good insight on stuff.
Why not wise? Don't play on my dog. Yeah, wise. He been wise. You heard me?
I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but I remember, like I said, we had some rough times. I wasn't always, I didn't always have the career and stuff that I have now. And so there was times when he was growing up where I can remember my car getting repossessed, right? And him being there and him seeing that, you know what I mean? And him coming and he could kind of tell, I'm getting choked up telling it. He could kind of see like the frustration in my face. And I'm, you try and hide it from your kid. But, like I said, it was just me and him. And he came and the man was taking the car. And he was like, he knew I had stuff in the car that I needed for work. And he was coming and he was getting the stuff out, helping me get the stuff out of the car. And he was kind of like, it's going to be all right, Ma. And I was thinking, for some reason, I believed him. And you know what I mean? He the son. And he kind of gave me a reassurance, like, it's all good. And so I was like, boy, he really growing up, and he kind of taking on that role that I really didn't want him to have to take on. But, I could tell then, like, okay, he getting grown. He becoming an adult, even as a young boy.
I want take this time to congratulate you. You did a wonderful job with him. You did a amazing job. He's a fine young man. He got a good head on his shoulders, and you've been there every step of the way. So, congratulations, Black woman.
I appreciate that.
It's all good. What's the most important lesson that you learned from the streets, and what's the most important lesson you learned from doing music?
Most important lesson I learned in the streets. And you know what? I learned it, but I didn't understand that I had learned this until I got out of the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that the streets don't love nobody.
Mm-hmm.
They don't love nobody. And I spent a lot of time riding for my, I'm a zone girl, and we spent a lot of time policing blocks that we didn't own. And when I look back and see how the streets killed my homie P, killed my boy Pook, killed my little cousin Big Tev, and I just see, like, no matter how loyal you are to the streets, no matter how much time you put into the streets, no matter how much you love the streets, they do not love you.
Mm.
They do not love you.
And about music.
And for music, I learned from music that that life goes on. You know what I mean? I learned from music, it's like a spinning record. I learned that life goes on. You can get in the flow with it, or you cannot, but it's going all the time. You know what I mean? And no matter what, no matter if you stop, it's still spinning. It's still going. And I just learned that from watching, the industry, watching how such impactful people could come and go and it still don't stop. I left the scene and I'm looking out and it's still going on. It's like it just keep on going. It just keep on going. And I really learned that from being in music and chasing music.
How did the podcast come about?
I really came about me trying to keep in tune with what my son is doing. You know what I mean? To kind of be there for him and encourage him in a way. Cause like, I can't be at all. He be doing shows and stuff. And the boy got it honest, boy. He a real performer. I only seen him perform once. He performed at a day show. It was like a fashion show.
It's in the blood.
Boy, I said, boy, he got it. He got that spark. And I just wanted to do something to spend time with him in a way that we both enjoy. Because that's what we do a lot of the times when we get together. We talking about his music, or we talking about somebody else's music, or these bars. I try to keep him up on like music that I grew up on. And he kind of keep me informed on what's going on now. So I was like, we should do a podcast, man, and kind of just chop it up about bars and music, and be an opportunity to spend some time with him and kind of display what he got going on. So that's how it started.
With all the bullshit going on in entertainment, do you worry or fear for your son?
I do. And that's kind of what that's why I kind of keep, because my little cousin that got killed, he was doing his thing in music. And I always tell my son, I said, doing music, it put a target on you. So like any little slight jealousy or any beef or anything that's going on, when you become an artist and you start doing music and people start seeing you doing shows and people saying your name a lot of places, you become a target. And my little cousin got killed doing the show, right? Where we from, doing the show, had just did a show, came off the stage, went outside, and they put 8 holes in them. And it's just like, I see all these up and coming rappers getting killed, and I'm like, I don't speak that over my son, because I speak life. You know what I mean? I speak life over him, but
Right.
it is something that I do think about sometimes and worry about. But that's why I try and stay in touch with him and give him advice on how to move and different shows that may seem cool, but that ain't even worth the risk. It ain't gonna be as big as payoff as you think, and the security ain't what it need to be. So that ain't something you really even need to do. So that's kind of why I stay connected to him like I do.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So before we get out of here, right? Tell us when the podcast air, what time, what days, your social media for if anybody else wanted to get you on a podcast, and just promote whatever. You hear me?
So Behind Bars is on every Monday at 7 p.m. We do pre-record now. So we pre-record the episode one Monday, and then the next Monday we go live. So the live will stream from our Facebook page, Behind Bars. And then I just started the YouTube channel, Behind Bars. And so I'm hoping I'll upload episodes there as well, but hoping to be able to go live from that. And I'm just still kind of exploring different ways to do it. I was using StreamYard, but I was having a lot of issues with StreamYard, like where my guests couldn't hear me and I couldn't hear them, and it just got to be such a big deal. We lost a lot of good episodes due to issues like that. So it's still fairly new. We've only done, I think, 8 episodes so far, but yeah, that's where you can follow, and definitely follow Big Play on The Only Big Play on Instagram and Twitter to get caught up on his music and show us some love.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Any last words, you heard me?
Last words would be this to anybody that's watching. Like he said, keep your body clean, huh? I felt that. I knew it was the reason I like that, because like you say, eating clean, drinking water, living life, praying, staying in touch with God, and staying out the way so that we can be here and see this next generation do what they do.
Yeah, because I got to be here to knock my son over the head. You heard me?
Yeah.
You
definitely want to keep him straight. Oh, and like I always say, a life lived is a bar.
Man, look, check this out. You heard me? He thanking me, but we ain't going that route.
Right.
Not if I got something to do with it. You heard me?
For what? It don't make sense for him to do it.
But you know why? Because they make it look so cool. Like when we was doing it, we knew it was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like they make it look so cool now, and they make ratting and all that shit look so like it's just all fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's P.NUTDAGENERAL to Nola Podcast. You keep your body clean, huh?
Yes.
Shout out to Juvie, you heard me? Yeah. I enjoyed you, yeah.
Hey, you gotta come on my podcast too. Don't leave without saying that.
You already know. Set it up. But I'm starting Women's Week, the 3rd edition. It start March 25th. So that week I'm gonna be up, you know what I'm saying, giving big ups to the women and all that. So I like you to participate.
For sure. I'm with it.
It's all great, baby. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
We set that up. Come on, y'all.
For sure.
100.